Hey guys, this is a Dude 2 and I'm going to do another part of my series on how to make a goban. In this episode I'm going to show some of the tools needed for the different methods of putting lines on the board. I just slapped another coat of wood stain on my goban, so to kind of take care of those little imperfections we saw the last episode. So while that's drying, I wanted to go over how we're going to figure out the method to use to put the lines on the go board I've been working on. So first thing you want is an extra piece of wood that is the same wood as your goban, because not all methods are going to work for all board types, and I wanted to try it before actually doing it. So I have my piece of wood. This is part of the end table that I cut my goban out of, so it's the exact same wood minus the wood stain. Also, I have clamps. There are different types of clamps. I like these. These are Irwin quick grips. They can grip really tight, and they also have a quick release. So I recommend at least 2 of them. What you're going to do is you're going to put your rulers on your wood and clamp them down so they don't move, and then you don't have to worry about moving with your hands. You're going to need a ruler that's at least 18 inches long, because most gobans are around 18-19 inches long, and you want this to be able to go from end to end so it could be clamped. Other tools, I have a katana here. It's not super sharp, but it's not super dull either. I want to try using the traditional Japanese method of putting lines on the goban, which is taking a katana and rolling it down. I'm going to try that, but I get the feeling this wood is a little too hard for that, so it probably won't work, but we're going to try. I also have a chisel. I've read of people indenting the wood with a chisel, and we're going to try that and see if we like that. And I also have my wood burner, and it's plugged in and charging, so we're going to try maybe putting on a line or 2 using the wood burner, and we could compare the differences. So also what you're going to need when you're ready to put your lines on permanently is you want a pencil, because you want to go over it in pencil first, make sure everything looks good. Because just because you measure it, and everything seems to be going good, you don't want to start making anything permanent until you have it in pencil first. Okay, you could always erase pencil. Also, you're going to want fine and extra fine Sharpie markers, in case this is a method we're going to use. I've done that with my previous go boards, and they worked fine. And I also bought a paint marker, which I've not used before. It's still wrapped up in paper, and we're going to give this a shot also. So I'm going to explain the different methods, and then we're going to try them, and then the next video I'll start putting the lines on and see how it is. But this is going to be our test. We're going to test these on this board. Okay. So what's first? Well, I want to try this wood burner first, because it's plugged in, and I don't want to keep it hot. So one good thing about a lot of the rollers they sell is there's a metal tip on the end, and this one has it. I'm sure you could buy it like this. I bought this for a couple bucks at a craft store. So the metal tip makes it good for your wood burner, because you don't want to put wood burning, the heat on wood and also on the wood of this ruler. So it's good that it's got a metal. So what I'm going to do is maybe I'll clamp just one side, because I'm just trying it now. But I'll clamp, get the ruler down, clamp it. Right, so I got one side clamped. I'm going to let this side hang over the table, and I'll scroll you down a little bit. Let's see if we can kind of get an idea of what this. Yeah, see, this is what I got going on now. I got one clamp, and it's holding the ruler pretty good. So I'm going to tighten this clamp a little bit, and we're going to try the wood burner. It comes with a couple different tips, but this tip is just a straight point, so I'm thinking this one would probably work pretty good. So let's see how this works. Let's see if I can keep this nice and straight. It looks like we're burning nice. I want to keep a nice steady line going. Actually, looks like it's going pretty nice. Now the important thing about this is you don't want to wait too long. You don't want to go too fast. You don't want to go too slow. If you go too fast, you won't have a line. If you go too slow, the line will be too deep. Alright, so looks like I went a little too fast, so I'm going to go over it one more time. I'm going to slow it down, slow, slow, slow. The trick is to kind of figure out what the speed is. I don't recommend going over it twice like I'm doing, because there's always a chance that that ruler moves a little. Then you got kind of an ugly line. So instead of that happening, go slow. There's a bit of a smell coming from the burning wood, and it's not very pleasant, but it's much better than the wood smell I had from my other go board I made, where I was just simply burning the laminate. That was not cool. Alright, well, there we go. Now we're burning again. Sometimes it takes a couple seconds. You want to keep a nice steady pressure too. You don't want to just let it float on there. You want to apply some pressure. Okay, I'm about done, and we'll take a look at this line here. Yeah, so I can see there's going to be some issues with the wood burning method, at least on this wood. Alright, let's unclamp it and see what we got, huh? We do have a nice line. You can see it's not terrible, but there's bumpies. It's a little bumpy. Nice looking line, straight, you know, but especially toward the end you could see it tends to drag a little instead of cutting straight through. So maybe I used a tip that wouldn't be so good. I'm sure this would probably look great on some rustic style go boards. So maybe we'll try a different head if we decide this is the way to go. But I'm going to unplug this and let this cool down. Now let's try the chisel method. Basically what the chisel method recommends. I'm going to do it right next to this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a line and draw it in pencil so that we have something to go off of. And at the last second, this is why you use clamps. Okay. First I'm going to try just the pressing method. So what you do is you line it up, and then you're going to press down and give it a wobble. And then you find the line, make sure you're in the same, and you're going to press down, point, and then roll it further down. And then you erase the pencil. I'm guessing you could hammer it, but I'm not too keen on hammering onto wood that I just spent a lot of time you know, polishing up and making look nice. But I'm rolling the chisel and it is making a nice looking indent. How straight it is, I'm not sure yet. I'm trying to keep it right on the line. And the last stretch. Alright, now let's to erase this pencil line so we can take a look. Do some comparison. Go one more time. Some of the pencil mark seems to kind of been pushed down into the indents. Yeah, I see some problems with this now. It looks like it is not straight. See if I can get you a zoom of some kind. Yeah, line is not straight. You can see it kind of bowing a bit. There's a line right here. I could feel it. You might be able to see it kind of good or not. But I made a fairly nice indent. The trick is what to do after these indents. I think the wood burning actually makes a dark enough line, but I would want to fill this in after I make a permanent line. I'd want to fill this in with you know, magic marker or the paint. Let's try the Katana method now. Normally what you would do is you would take this and you would put it around the border. What you don't want you know, to be marked. And then you would take your tape, you taper down, right? Be looking something like this. And then you would roll your katana and it would stop it from cutting the wood. Okay. So let me try. This is my baby. Kept it oiled and took good care of it. It's a nice looking blade. It's actually a two-handed katana style. I shouldn't be touching it with my hands. But let's see. So I'm going to keep the pressure. And I'm going to roll it. We'll roll it back. Okay, well, I think it's pretty safe to say that this is a bit too hard of wood for the katana. I'm saddened by this, but you may or may not even be able to see on this side. It's a very fine imprint. Definitely too fine for me to use. So we have wood burning, chisel method, katana method. I'm very saddened by the katana method. So let's fill in this line. We'll fill in both lines with a magic marker, huh? Actually, we'll do a magic marker and then we'll do this paint marker and we'll see how that works. So I'm opening the I'll open the paint marker now. It's been closed until now. I need to read the directions because I don't know if you need to use the hot enough, it'll melt right through. Perfect. It's probably a terrible idea. Alright, but it got me what I wanted. Okay, so actually it worked just fine. Paint marker. Shake pen well on cap until ball inside moves. Okay, so it's just like paint. So you want to shake it. Step 2. Depress tip several times until ink flows. And then test writing on paper, it says. Okay, so several times. Oh, let's see, it's starting to fill up. lid on it, shake the heck out of it. Okay, it looks like we're in business, so let's see what we could do here. Oh, that is a nice looking line. Let's see if I can follow it. Tends to splatter a bit. Oh, it's splattering. Gotta be very careful with this. Should be using a roller. I'm trying to keep it right inside. Okay, so here's the paint. Put it back on. And here is a Sharpie. For comparison. So what do we like? Let's let it dry for a second. We have Sharpie, paint, and wood burn. You can see you got to be really careful with the paint because it tends to run a little, but I think with a little bit of practice I can get good at it so that it doesn't run. But these are our methods. The paint is obviously quite a bit blacker, a lot more solid, and I really like that look. But I don't know what to expect, if the paint marker is gonna maybe run too much, or I mean, let's see. Well, they both dried, so we'll I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go with the, let's put this camera up a little bit. I don't have such an angle. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go with the paint marker because it just looks cool. I'm gonna practice a little, and as far as indenting it, I don't think I'm gonna be able to. I'm really sad about that. I really wanted some nice deep cuts in it, but I'm not willing to take like a saw and try my hand at free cutting or anything like that. So. And as far as wood burning goes, I don't know, you know, it looks nice. Maybe here, let me, one last thing before we go, I'll see if I can follow the, oh, that's nice, follow the wood burn. That seems to be very nice. Really easy to follow too because the wood burn makes a nice straight line. Oh, look at that. I think we've figured it out. Look at the difference. Yes, my friend, it's going to be a lot of work. But what I believe I'm going to do now, because there is a slight indent with the wood burning, I'm going to wood burn a line, and then I'm going to paintbrush right down on the line. So that's what we're going to do. I'll keep you guys updated. Hopefully there's no issues with the wood burning on the treated wood. So that's what to expect. So we've tried a couple things, and next video I'll go over how we're going to measure it out and get the starter lines on with the pencil, and then I'll show you step by step how it progresses from pencil to going over the pencil with clamping the roller down and wood burning over it, and then the paint right over top of that, and then hopefully everything goes well and I have a nice goban to show you. So we'll see what happens. I'm thinking I might go pick up another paint marker just to be sure I don't run out in the middle of the project, but I'm guessing one paint marker would be good enough for one board. So that's about it. Hope you guys are enjoying these videos. I'm guessing this one's probably a little boring unless you're really into this stuff. So if you have any other comments or suggestions or anything you want me to try, you know, feel free. The worst that could happen is I'm like, nah, I can't do that. But I try to reply to every comment, so keep them coming. And thanks for your support. I'll see you guys next video. Have a good day, guys. Thank you.